Alright guys, so in this module we're going to be getting into the glitch method and how it is operated. Now this is not the $1 CPAs, but this can actually get that type of metrics, on a daily. So Reiki has a really good setup with that, but when it comes to this is just going to be our average bumping. And I feel like so many people don't actually understand what bumping is and how to set it up without your account getting suspended, because we remember, about 6-7 months ago this was going around. I know who actually created this. I'm not going to say any names, but there's a lot of misconceptions about that. This is something that we've actually been running since last September, so almost a year now. This is a way to squeeze spend traffic and get the most out of your dollar. So for the campaign budget, we're just going to put it to a daily budget of $50. We're not using CBO here, and then we're going to click continue. So we're just going to enter that cloak domain that we did earlier, and then we're going to click complete payment. With this, I typically just turn these off. And then I turn off comments and video downloads. The reason I turn off comments is just because it keeps it controlled. A lot of time with comments on, people will go, oh, the engagement, blah, blah, blah. A lot of times with comments on, maybe you might have good engagement for a little bit, but, an hour or two in, you're going to be optimizing towards the wrong audience. The audience that are leaving funny, tasteful, TikTok-y comments, and not the people who are interested in the product for the product, the function they offer. So, again, that's something we always take note of. We try our best to stay within those means, and so it's a control variable. Just leave the comments off. Trust me, you'll thank me later. You'll thank me when you're scaling, when you're spending $5,000-$10,000 a day minimum. This is crucial. So so with creative optimization off, with the bump method, we're not like surf scaling and we're not having spending issues, so typically just leave this off. I really only bring this tool out with spend issues, and that spend issues nowadays, they only really occur for me above $10,000. So $10,000-$20,000. Sometimes you're trying to spend $50,000 and you can literally only spend $20K. So there's problems there. You guys have seen it. I have my surf scaling PDF on everything down below or attached to the modules, just so you guys have it all in one place. But let's move on. So when it comes to location targeting, I've literally tested everything with TikTok. I've tested every EU country, every combination, the big five, worldwide, just everything, every interest under I've literally gutted this platform. I'm sure you guys have seen it if you've been following for a while now. So I actually find my best metrics, the best days are always in the United States of America. I recommend it. So we're just going to leave it as that. You guys can use agency accounts though. Let's say if you're trying to advertise to the United States and you're not in the US and you might not have it as an option, you can use an agency account that will actually allow you to advertise anywhere from anywhere. There will be a link down below if you guys need that as well. We finally found a good provider. I know some people in the community understood what went down. I had no part in that, and it's really sad to see, but I'm glad everybody got their refunds. So with the interest and behaviors, typically, just like I was saying, I've tested everything. So I've had many winning interests. I've had many winning behaviors. I've had a handful of them that have worked at, a subscale of maybe $500 to even up to $1,000 per day in ad spend. But when it comes to spending the big money, when it comes to actually getting there, you want to have that foundation so you can do so. And I will always never touch any of these. I leave it off. Because I understand that TikTok creates pockets within these, they're not very developed interest groups. So, Facebook, it's been around for a long time, whereas it has so much data it's working off of. TikTok, it's new. These interest groups aren't developed. They're little pockets, and you can easily, let's say if you're spending $5,000, maybe, you after $1,500, you've outdone the pocket. You've broke out of your interest, and you're no longer getting sales or the same metrics you were. That's the bottleneck to scaling, so we're not going to do it. So other than that, detailed targeting expansion off. So now for the daily budget at the ad group level, we're just going to want to hike it up to about 1,000. And then the ad's going to have an option to run here within a date range. I just recommend running continuously scheduled, and I recommend also, running these all day. If you want your ads to go up quicker, here's like a little tip. You can always just set it back 1 hour, and it will usually go through the get through the ad review process and start running a lot faster. So, you can start getting traffic within the hour of publishing ads. Other than that, we're not going to do any cost caps on this. We're going to leave it at lowest cost. and we're gonna leave standard. So other than that, we would just simply enter our creative and everything like normal. So we'll just go ahead and do that now. And then we'll just put something such as like sale ends in 24 hours, you know, just something light. Put our website link for standard. We're going to put shop now. And then other than that, we're good to go. We're not going to make sure this isn't selected. This stuff isn't selected. You guys already know why. You just don't want it on other people's TikTok ad library. We're going to call this campaign updated bump. And now what you can do with this campaign, again, this is working. So back in the day, we got the best results using 800 ad groups or a mass amount of ad groups. And what happens now if you ever try to run that, maybe you can run it for a few hours, maybe you can run it for a day or so, and it's just going to fail. The ad account's going to get suspended, your ads are going to get paused, and you're going to keep having to go through that process again and again and again. And trust me, when you're going through multiple ad accounts a day, it gets annoying. Even with a cloaked domain, you can't bypass this because this is originating on TikTok. So you might be wondering, okay, well, what do? Well, you just leave it as the one ad group. I don't know. It works. You just leave it as the one ad group, and then simply, once the first $50 it spends, it's pretty much gonna waste. And then when you bump it, I just alternate typically by $10, or my bad, typically alternate by $10. So I'll up the budget to 60, and then the next time I up the budget, I up it to 75. And then the next time I up the budget, I go to 85. Just make sure you wait at least 20 to 30 minutes before you bump to get the best results. Don't be spamming it every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. Half an hour is a really good mark to let the ads kind of regroup, reset, and that way you're able to squeeze that traffic out. Now you may be wondering, well, this is just bumps with one ad group. Yes, it is. Brought it back. We've been working with it a lot lately. A lot less people have been using it. And don't worry, there's a big paywall on this, and I'm sure this is going to be safe again for a while. We're not going out publicly on YouTube or Discord and saying, oh, here we go again. So you can make as many campaigns as this as you want. The kicker here is that one ad group, and avoiding all of that. But yeah, bumps work. I don't know why people kind of just had this big impression that they didn't work, and trust me, they didn't for a while. But lately, especially on these new agency accounts, on ECC accounts, they've been working wonderfully for me. I think with the Viera ones, I don't actually think they were real agency accounts from now that I'm looking at it, going back into the data, what I know and my resources now. So guys, with these agency accounts, we're not having any problems. So yeah, that's really just it. The new bump methods, it's updated, it's back. I'm super excited. And there's still the $1 CPA method, but with the bump method, you can, get extremely low cost per clicks, extremely low CPMs. I don't need to even go over it. You guys all know what was going down. It's back. Enjoy. Other than that, guys, we're on to the next module.